Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and this is the channel where I went to business school so you didn't need to, and today we are going to discuss Mullen's price predictions for the year of 2023. We'll be going over their latest news updates, what we could anticipate from this company throughout the next couple of months, and what are the best and worst electric vehicle companies. So for more videos just like this one, remember to go and annihilate that like button, subscribe if you are new, comment your thoughts down below about Mullen Automotive, and without further ado, let's jump right into today's stories. Now, before we get too deep into it, I want to give a disclaimer that me and the author of this article both give. I personally do not own Mullen Automotive because I would much rather wait for this company to prove themselves before I personally invest. And the author of this article echoes a similar position to where he says that there is no guarantee that the electric vehicle or EV manufacturer named Mullen Automotive, ticker symbol MULN, will succeed over the next 5 or even 10 years. Now, this doesn't mean that Mullen stock doesn't have a good opportunity to double or even triple in their overall share price, which is what we will be talking about in this video. Mullen has raised a multitude of doubts about the company's ability to continue on as a quote-unquote going concern. Essentially, there is real risk here of the company potentially going out of business based off of their weak overall financials. Therefore, it's clearly not wise to pour one's entire investment into just Mullen Automotive. You need to practice proper risk management and not overexpose yourself to singular risky growth companies. And for me, I have a risk management rule where I limit myself no more than a 5% allocation to a singular risky growth company, which would include Mullen Automotive. But with that being said, the author then goes into his overall article by saying, don't count Mullen Automotive out of the electric vehicle race just yet, because potentially this company could make a phenomenal comeback. So what's happening with their MULN share price right now? Well, as you know, Mullen Automotive has already completed their various tours where they took their very innovative electric vehicle called the MULN 5 around various states to show off its technology. On top of that, they also introduced their iGo commercial urban delivery electric vehicles over in Europe. So right now we are in a wait and see scenario about what Mullen will do in the future. In the meantime, Mullen has been building up their overall staff with former workers and employees of General Motors, Ford, Volkswagen, Hyundai, and many other electric vehicle and legacy car makers. I also want to bring to your attention, if you didn't already know, that Mullen is trying to avoid a reverse stock split. Now, for me, I do think Mullen will eventually implement a reverse stock split, otherwise they run the risk of potentially being delisted from the NASDAQ. However, Mullen Automotive announced that it quote-unquote has no plans at the current time to effect a reverse stock split, end quote. But this is what I'm trying to communicate to investors. This doesn't mean that they will not do a reverse stock split. It means that as of right now, they are not pushed for time to where they believe the MULN share price will naturally achieve over $1 within the next year. However, if this doesn't happen, I promise you they will most certainly perform a reverse stock split. Otherwise, they will be delisted from various indexes, which is going to be a huge threat for this company. Instead of doing a reverse stock split, will most likely request a compliance period extension from the NASDAQ exchange if they do not meet that $1 criteria by the end of the year. This could possibly keep Mullen Automotive above water and listed on the overall stock market, particularly on the NASDAQ exchange, for all of or almost all of the year of 2023. However, if their compliance period extension is granted, once that runs out, they will perform a reverse stock split, because after that, it will be forced on management to do that, and that's what I believe will happen. Right now, many investors are anticipating Mullen Automotive's price target of $1, which is currently the price target for the year of 2023, and the author of this article echoes that. He says, and I quote, "I anticipate that the Mullen Automotive share price will hit $1 at some point this year," end quote. And of course, he could be right about that. This would be a huge win for this company, considering that their current share price is trading for just 34 cents per share. So to get up to $1, we're talking easily over double and just below triple the current share price. Now, is this plausible? Absolutely. Yes, this can happen, especially if they start to get some catalysts or very good news. I personally am not shorting this company. I am just waiting for this company to prove themselves myself before I make an investment. But because this is a pre-revenue company, they haven't really released any substantial delivery numbers or even manufacturing numbers, and the company's not profitable. That means for me personally, this company is too risky for me to invest in. The author also says for any speculation that goes beyond 2023 to 2024 and years after 2024, it's entirely just speculative speculation in terms of various price targets. So you need to be aware of the various risks involved in this particular company. So if you do decide to invest, it's probably wise to do a small investment. But again, I personally will not invest into this company unless they prove themselves first. According to some professionals, MULN is actually one of 3 of the worst EV stocks to invest into right now. The top 3 worst stocks, according to this particular article, would be Lordstown Motors, ticker symbol RIDE, ticker name RIDE, which currently trades for $1.29. The second worst would be Mullen Automotive, ticker symbol MULN, and the last one would be Faraday Future, ticker symbol FFIE. I think out of all of these companies, there is an immense amount of risk, but that does not mean that these companies could not increase in their overall share price within the next year. But as of right now, these companies have not proven themselves to be a worthy investment. Now, this doesn't mean that electric vehicle stocks in general are bad investments, because electric vehicle stocks had a terrible year during the year of 2022, but the overall EV sector is set to be very promising from now until 2030. In fact, current professionals, experts, and analysts predict that electric vehicles will account for over 60% of all vehicles sold worldwide by 2030, and that is a huge statistic. That would mean by investing into strong electric vehicle companies now, it could pay off very handsomely from now until 2023. However, the author says that these 3 companies probably should not be on your list of current investments, but by all means feel free to do your own research and put these companies on a watch list. There is going to be significant market penetration and market share going over to electric vehicles, to where in the year of 2022 the penetration was around 14.7%, but that is supposed to increase to around 44.8% by 2023. So having said that, what are the best electric vehicle companies to potentially invest into right now that have already proven themselves and are enacting very promising results for investors? Well, let's talk about some of the best electric vehicle stocks to buy right now, and that would be Tesla, Nio, and Plug Power. Also, don't get me wrong, there are so many fantastic electric vehicle companies that could give you incredible returns throughout the year of 2023. I'm talking about BYD, Lucid, Rivian, Fisker, ChargePoint, and many other electric vehicle companies as well. But this particular article highlights some of the most popular ones. And honestly, I love all 3 of these picks, and I personally own every single one of these companies. The first one is going to be Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA, which currently trades for $177.90, while analysts believe the company could surge all the way up to around $200. Likewise, Nio currently trades for $12.71, and they could surge up to $16, or if we enter into a bear market, the sky's the limit of $20 to $25 for their price predictions throughout the next 12 months. Lastly, we also have Plug Power, and they are a hydrogen fuel cell company, which I believe is going to be a major milestone for hybrid vehicles, to where vehicles who utilize electricity as well as hydrogen fuel cells or hydrogen will be the new technology that allows these vehicles to go even further in their overall range. Right now, Plug Power trades for $15.86, while their potential upside is huge because the company could surge up to $26.67. So now let's dive in to these amazing electric vehicles. Let's start off talking about Tesla's TSLA shares. Recently, Tesla released an amazing Q4 2022 earnings report for Q4 as well as the full year, which caused the TSLA share price to rally by around 33% last week. And this is despite various supply chain issues. Their revenue grew by around 37% up to $24.3 billion, while increasing their earnings per share 40% up to $1.19. So overall, Tesla is primed for future growth. Tesla right now estimates that they will produce 1.8 million vehicles in 2023, with higher end estimates estimates coming in as high as 2 million electric vehicles, which they could produce. Elon Musk even stated that the company is currently experiencing orders that are at almost twice the rate at which they can produce vehicles. So clearly demand is flooding into Tesla to where Tesla cannot even manufacture enough vehicles to keep up with the overall demand. So what are Tesla's price targets looking like? Many 5-star analysts currently give Tesla's TSLA shares a price target of $200. And an analyst says, and I quote, "Long term, we expect Tesla's cost structure and product momentum to retain high teens operating margins, even while it grows output from higher cost plant locations," end quote. Tesla has one of the most competitive margins in the industry, and that's why the majority of analysts give this company a moderate buy rating. Where 21 professionals give them a buy rating, 7 of these analysts say to hold the company, and 3 analysts who have no idea what they're talking about say to sell this company right now. So overall, Tesla is one of my favorite investments in the electric vehicle space. Up next, we have another favorite of mine, which is Nio, ticker symbol NIO, and this is a Chinese EV maker. But just like Tesla, Nio is primed for growth in the EV market despite various supply chain issues. Nio brought in very impressive deliveries of 40,052 vehicle deliveries for Q4 of 2022, which would mark 60% growth year over year. The company is extremely optimistic by further capturing market share not only in China, but by expanding globally by further penetrating the European market. Another fantastic catalyst for this company is that they plan to launch 5 new models in the first half of 2023. This gives the company fantastic catalysts for investors to look forward to, and this could cause their overall share price also to appreciate very rapidly throughout the next 12 months. So that begs the question, is this company a good buying opportunity? Well, a Citigroup analyst named Jeff Chung says absolutely, and he gives it a strong buy rating and a price target of $23.30, which is substantially higher than their current share price, coming in at just $12.71. Management also guided for their sales to be between 80,000 and 90,000 units just for the first half of 2023. However, in the second half, their overall deliveries are anticipated to balloon up to 150 to 160,000 units. So if you don't get into this company right now, you may miss the boat on that huge surge, which is going to come in at the back end of 2023. Overall, Nio is given a moderate buy rating from professionals, and they have an average price target of $16.62, which gives investors around 31% upside potential. Lastly, we have a very technologically advanced company that I don't hear a lot of people talking about, but it's one of my favorite electric vehicle stocks, and that would be Plug Power, which is a leading hydrogen fuel cell technology provider. So clearly they are not a pure EV play, but electric vehicle companies clearly will utilize this technology. Now, Plug Power could see their share price drop over the next month or two because they recently slashed their Q4 2022 and full year outlook due to various delays of their new products. They now expect revenue growth to be between 45% to 50% for the year of 2022, which is down from their original forecast where they were anticipated to grow by around 80%. But still, 45% growth, that's crazy. That means this company is still rapidly growing and expanding. And just get a load of this. For 2023, the company currently projects their revenue to be around $1.4 billion. But by 2030, the company could be delivering revenue that is as high as $20 billion. Or if you want a sooner development, the company by 2026 could be bringing in $5 billion worth of revenue. This is a very powerful growth company that if you are willing to hold this company for the long term, you could get fantastic payouts. But I'm going to stick with Plug Power for now, considering that their price is very attractive right now, just trading at $15.86, while the average price target implies around 68% upside potential with an average price target of $26. However, the high-end price target goes as high as $78. This is why 13 professionals which were surveyed have 13 buy ratings and 5 hold ratings with no sell ratings from the professionals which were surveyed, making this a fantastic company to have in your overall portfolio. At the end, Wall Street is cautiously optimistic regarding Tesla, Nio, and Plug Power, but across the board, these all have buy ratings despite negative macroeconomic uncertainty and supply chain issues. So with that being said, I would love to hear your thoughts on Mullen Automotive, Tesla, Nio, and Plug Power. Remember to go and smash that like button for more videos just like this one, and I will see you in the next YT video.